Welcome back. I do hope you're having a good time, you're enjoying the show. Like I mentioned earlier, before we went on our break, I have Mr. and Miss Kenyatta University. Very beautiful people on my set right now. Karibuni sana. How are you?
I'm fine.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Miss KU, how are you? You look very lovely.
Thank you.
Karibu.
Santi.
Hey, ladies first, yes? Yes, Miss KU. Can you maybe tell us who is Miss Kenyatta University?
So Miss Kenyatta University is a young, charming girl in her 20s, very early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
My official name is Joanne Joy. I am a third-year student here at Kenyatta University. I pursue a Bachelor of Arts degree in Gender and Development Studies with minors in Sociology. And yeah, I do lots of things in life in terms of talents and hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Mr. KU?
My name is Jared Juma. I'm a fourth-year student pursuing a bachelor's degree in commerce. I'm actually majoring in accounting. I really love fashion, and I'm also a child advocate.
You know, I'm looking at them. It's J and J, and then the merchandise, or rather the ornaments on their outfits match. You look very nice. You both look very, very nice.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the Kenyatta University Modeling Club. What is the Kenyatta University Modeling Club?
Thank you once again. Kenyatta University Modeling Club is basically, this is actually a new thing that is coming on board.
Mm-hmm.
It's a club that we're registering for models within the KU. Remember, KU has been a home of models, like models out here, like from KU they really prosper. And I believe like when we have the club, we'll be able to like really expand on whatever we've been doing as models in KU. It will actually bring the culture back for models, because even out here, like you find a model from KU, when it goes for the shows, like there is always like, you know, E-man, as they say, like A game everywhere. So for us, what we're up to as a club is just to continue with that culture. Yeah.
I've seen KU produce, like I was saying earlier, I've seen KU produce some really, really big names, like the now former queen, the former Miss World Kenya, Sharon Obara. So what is the intention of, what does the Kenyatta University Modeling Clubs intend to do in regards to icons like Sharon?
So we are aiming at building a foundation. You know, for a pillar to stand strong, we need like a really nice foundation. And when you begin as a model, there are skills that you need to learn. You just don't appear and look pretty. You need to learn discipline, you need to learn integrity, diligence, and you have to learn how to, like, we are tuned to smile, we are tuned to do certain poses that people do not actually know about. I just want to give a gist of what I heard about Sharon Obara when she was back here in Kenyatta University. She used to do this stuff, but she never qualified even to the top 5 of Miss Kenyatta University. But from what she learned here through her previous trainer, those are the skills that we want everyone to capture, because those are the skills she used later in her life when she was competing for Miss World. So some of the things is that we want to teach these people how to be diligent in what you do, because you have to practice daily, believe in yourself. I can't teach you confidence, but I can make you build it. So those are the things we want to impact into people, and to show people that beauty is diverse. You don't have to look a certain standard. We want people to believe in themselves, because there's a lot of body shaming going around in KU. People would want to compete and they're like, no, someone tell you can't do this. We want to change that. So, you know, a club will enable us. Before Culture Week, before the end of the year, like we'd have a lot of models who have already learned what to do, and they're growing in the field. Yeah.
Mr. KU, what does it take for an individual to be part of the Kenyatta University Modeling Club?
The club is actually, I believe that everyone can be a model. in as long as he's able to take what is being taught and to be
You can continue.
and to be able to, like, as long as he or she knows what she wants, she can be a model. So the club is actually recruiting everyone who is actually willing and really wants to be a model. Like, it's free to everyone, plus size, disability. It's for everyone within Kenyatta University.
All right.
Yeah.
But how do you categorize? Because I'm sure, like, there's pageantries that have their specifications in terms of size, in terms of height. So if you say everyone can model, how will you be able to separate, like, who goes into what category and who can model in what pageantry? How will you categorize every person? Because let's be honest, a plus size cannot be on the Miss World Kenya platform unless they're working on something right now.
Yeah.
But they don't take that.
Yeah.
There's even a particular hip size, there's a particular height, there's a particular everything for you to be on some particular pageantries. But then how will you be able to categorize individuals to fit in different pageantries that are there?
So just by your own words, you talked of plus size models. So in the modeling industry, we have different types of models. We have curvy models, plus size models, disability models, and let me say petite models.
Yes.
So that is how we are going to categorize them. Remember, in each pageant, there are people who have won these titles before. So we are bringing on board all the people who have won. From plus size models, we group them together. From the curvy models, we group them together, and the reigning queen will help us in the training of that. For the disability models, we have specialized disability models who are going to help us in training them. And then now for the petite models. But how to categorize this is very easy. Just measure your hip size, your bust size, and we're good to go.
So do you outsource for the events for them?
Yes, we do have categorized events. Like, we can't have petite models and curvy models competing at the same
stage,
time.
yes.
So maybe their competition will begin. Then after that, we have the disabilities, and they are crowned differently. And then after that, the petite models can
Right.
do their stuff. Yeah.
Mr. KU, we've seen a lot of plus size modeling for women.
Yeah.
We've not seen, I personally, unless I'm not looking hard enough, I have not seen plus size modeling for men. What's going on?
Oh, actually, for me, I've also never seen, and maybe I hope in future they'll bring something like that.
Because you said anyone is a model, and I imagine when you say that, it's all inclusive, both genders.
Exactly.
So how will you go about the plus size models, the plus size male models that show up and would want to participate in the events you have?
Okay, it's actually a very, like, it's not an easy thing. Of course, if you really like, models is actually come, you'll find the plus size models. Kwanza, how do you even define a plus size male model?
Exactly, because I've never seen any. But then maybe there are people out there who want to be on ads. There's gentlemen out there who want to participate in events, but then anaonanga anaweza, lakini sasa hapo kwa size ndio kidogo kuna tashwishi.
I feel like
Okay, I think the difference only comes with the maybe body size. Yeah. That's. I think
So what happens? Is it that men are not included? What is the problem? I'm trying to understand why men are not so included in this. Because like when we started earlier, I'm really I'm basing a lot of conversations on Miss World because it's the most recent pageant we've had, yeah?
Exactly.
And I asked you, we didn't have Mr. World this year, and you made me understand that we've not had Mr. World for the last 3 years.
Yes.
Why and how? Like, pageantry for men is not, is it that pageantry for men is not as embraced as pageantry for women, or what's the missing point? What's the problem?
The problem when it comes to, I think it's also depend with the franchises that are also organizing for these events. Yeah, and ladies, I think pageantry some time back used to be for ladies. It was never for men. And I think with the new developments and now changes in our society and everything, men are starting to get that chance. And I think as time goes by, everything will be okay on our side as men.
I'm very curious. When you're having auditions for like Mr. Kenyatta University, do you have plus size men that show up for auditions?
Imagine I have been in KU for the past 4 years and I've never seen a plus size.
Ni kuogopa, ni kufila wawezi, ama ni hawako interested. I don't know. I'm very curious.
Maybe they do feel like they don't belong there. Because,
What do you do? So what do you intend to do about it in your reign? Or do you haven't thought about it?
I've been thinking about like including everyone, like as long as someone has a passion, we can always have something for them.
It will be very interesting to come about a show for plus size male models. I would literally attend that event. I genuinely would.
You can't imagine.
No, look, given you're studying gender.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Where does the balance and imbalance come in?
In terms of that, to talk about the male empowerment and the female empowerment, let's talk of the world right now is trying to empower women into a certain standard, and the focus has shifted from men to women, meaning that they say that the males are already empowered, so like they are dominating in most fields, and pageantry and beauty is a platform for women to show who they really are. And their inner, just not their outer beauty, but their inner beauty, their capabilities. So I feel like this pageantry world has been dominated by women in a form of empowerment. Not that we want to sideline the men, because I say when you go for Mr. World, actually, they're so muscular. Like, I don't know if that's
not plus size.
That's not plus size.
Those are muscles. Those guys work out.
They work out like crazy, and they're so muscular, and it's kind of intimidating for people who
gigantic.
Yeah, exactly. So like in a platform like KU, we don't like discriminate. You come the way you are, but when you go out there, you're gonna face some lots of discrimination. You have to like hit the gym and look a certain kind of way. So I guess that's why maybe their processes take long.
So is there really a point of them trying if they'll be intimidated bus in the future?
See, they go to the gym.
I don't really think so. Actually, for KU,
there's people who are genetically big.
Yeah.
They're genetically. No, let me not use that one. Sorry.
For KU, like even during auditions, we never have like maybe a certain requirement should be this tall. We should have this certain hip size. Like, just includes everyone. Now from there, it is the training and everything that the trainers are. If you're just able to cope up with everything, because it is always an intense one, so you only survive when you're able to reach to the end. And by the a lot of models, like they between the journey, they tend to like say, we can't do this again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we've looked at plus size models.
By the way, a lot of people do quit, and I think.
Is it that the trainings are too harsh, or they can't take it, or there's discrimination, or it reaches a point they feel like they're not interested anymore? What normally is the problem?
It's not maybe intimidation and everything. It is the training that KU always have. It's
intense.
It's an intense one, and it acts like a elimination criteria. So if you are able to,
unajitoa tu mwenyewe.
Yeah. It's always a tough one, so it's in wherever you up your game. Yeah.
Now allow me to ask. We've tackled size. Let's talk about height.
So in KU, disclaimer, in KU, no matter your height, you can be able to join pageantry in KU. But when you go out there, they say the minimum height is 5.7. Yes. So for KU, if you want to try out, you can just come, because you'd have to put on like 6-inch heels, and by the end of it, all your height will be a bit standard to actually hit the runway. But if you want to do pageants outside KU, you'd have to hit the 5.7 height mark.
So I'm curious, so what's the point? The point is I'll only be able to be a model and embrace my dream within KU.
Not really. You know, we have different types of models.
Because if I'm 5'1" and I have the dream, I have the size, the right hip size, the only thing that I don't have is height. And then I come to you guys and I pass, and now I'm part of the club, yeah? But then when I get out there, I'm not being embraced the way I am embraced at KU. my dream will die.
We have high fashion modeling that has opened up a platform for people who are not like that height for pageantry beauty. So you can still be able to live your dream, and not all pageants are as strict as Miss World maybe or Miss Universe. We have different pageants that have come up like Miss Unique Africa, they will allow certain heights.
Nice. Mr. KU, what are some of the challenges you're currently facing in regards to now setting the club up and getting it to run?
Oh, actually, one of the challenges that we are actually facing right now, I think the fact that we've been very busy and having to catch up with the registrar and everything has been a problem. And we're really trying our best, and we hope starting next semester the club will be like active. Yeah.
Before we get into that, let me know what roles you both play in the club.
Okay. Oh, initially we had like within the club we had positions.
Yeah.
Which it is the models who were to decide. Yeah. So right now we are just like it is us who are there, so we have to like act like we are the let me say like maybe
you're like the chairman and she's the chairlady.
But when it comes to when that time will come, I think we'll have that opportunity to be able to choose who now heads the club, who is in charge of maybe this, maybe in charge of funds, maybe in charge of training, choreography and everything.
So you use the same choreographers that have been there in KU over the years, or you're also now going to involve the ones from outside?
We are looking forward to involve other choreographers, though we have our main choreographer who has been doing it over the years, but we look forward to opening up the platform to other choreographers to come train. We are also looking forward to bringing in gym instructors for fitness. And also we are looking forward to bringing in talent developers, because it's not just beauty but beauty and brains. So we'd have people coming in to focus on the talent section, choreography, and also the fashion part of it, like different designers.
So what activities are there other than modeling? What else do you do as a club? All other activities, like she's saying, it's not just fashion and it's just modeling. So what other activities?
As I said, the club is just like this. With the club, we'll be able to like achieve a lot of things. Remember, as a Mr. or Mr. KU, as a Mr. or Miss KU, you're expected to like act. Like you're the image of the university. So people out here expect us to like, what are you going to do for us? So with the club, we hope we're going to achieve something like the charity programs, of which we're actually planning to start as early as next year, mentorship programs. So I think we will really have a good base when we have the club. Yeah.
You have something to add?
Oh yeah, you mentioned the activities. I guess let me just add on it. So the activities are talent, fitness, nutrition. We have mentorship, that is career. We've actually done a few mentorship programs for high schools before the semester closed. And
you can take us through that. How was it? The schools you visited, the things you talked about, the experiences you've had?
We had an in-house. I personally went for one outside because he was kind of busy. But in-house, when schools visit KU for their career mentorship programs at the amphitheater, we go there and act as career mentors. We guide them, tell them about school life, what they need to know, mental health, personal hygiene and stuff. And then outside, like for the Form 4s, before they did the exams, I got a chance to speak to them, inspire them in that way. And it's hard to, I didn't know tulikuwa tunasumbua hivyo when we were in high school.
Wow. What happened? Like, you can tell us what happened. What is this that shocked you? What is that you experienced that shocked you so much?
When you're now on the other side, you're not the student. You get to see how students behave and you're like, this is what I used to do? It's so creepy. Like, some do not even have hope about their lives completely. Some are at the verge of, I'm not gonna make it. Others ask you questions like, how can I be like you? If I come out here, will you help me to be like you? And
you have like 100 girls asking you that question.
Exactly. Some expect you to give them lots of money for them to like maybe support their family. Like people are just going through a lot, and these are young people below the age of 18. Some are dealing with drugs. They don't know what to do about it. So when you're on the other side as a mentor, you have to be really sharp and like know the right things to tell these young people. Yeah.
Mr. KU, what is the future of modeling? Or the future of male modeling?
The future of male modeling.
Yes.
As far as KU or
you can give a view on both from where you're standing.
I think KU is just having a tip on the iceberg, and it's for KU. Even past our reign, we really have a lot of things and a lot of stuff for models within KU. And it's going to be amazing experience. Like everyone will be like, oh, really? We once had this rain and it was just wow. So for KU, we are really assuring like every model that the goodies are really many and they should be ready for them. For outside, we also have events outside KU, and it is actually the models from KU who now want to continue growing their talent and maybe passion that go for these events, and it is out there that they do shine like. So outside there's also a lot of events apart from Miss World. There is a Mr. and Miss University Kenya. There's also a big event. There is a Miss Universe. Yeah, those are some of the big events.
It's always Miss Universe, Miss Kenya, Miss Tourism.
Yeah, so
Miss Unique.
Miss
That is Mr. and Miss. Both of them are Miss. I'm not understanding.
Yeah, there's also Mr. and Miss Birmingham.
There is. Yeah, I was about to say Mr. and Miss Birmingham. I remember that's Mr. and
it's
Miss.
Also a big event.
Yes.
Yeah, so those are some of the events out there that one as a model you'll be able to like get that that avenue to be able to articulate your talent. Yeah.
There's something to say?
I just think the male models should not feel intimidated. The fact that everything is miss. Being a miss is quite hard because, people expect you not just to look cute. They expect you to have a lot of sidelines, side plates that you can help people with. So male models should just chill out and wait for their time. It's gonna come.
It's gonna come?
Yeah, it's gonna come.
All right.
What if there's not that time?
There's always time. The one thing we have in life is time.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Future of female modeling industry.
So,
the female modeling industry is a very busy industry. It's one very busy space.
Yeah.
So what does the future look like? Especially when it comes to size, heights, all that. It's really broad.
The future should embrace low levels of discrimination in terms of color, ethnicity. Yeah, because there are pageants that I won't mention. If you're not maybe light-skinned,
you wouldn't
participate. Cut through. If you're not dark-skinned in a certain way, you wouldn't cut through. There are pageants that have led people to having diseases such as bulimia or anorexia, and I feel like people should
You're not supposed to eat to maintain a particular size.
Yeah, and you actually don't know when it happens to you. It actually happened to me and I didn't know. It just comes automatically because of the pressure. So I hope the future of modeling for female models will try to make people accept themselves the way they are. Because if we start defining each other based on our color and our sizes all the time, it leads to lots of mental illness and depression. And if I went through it, I don't want people to go through it. It's bad.
If there's one thing you could change about the industry, what would it be? If you had the power to change anything or make anything go your way, what would it be?
I'd change the corruption in the industry.
There's corruption in the industry. No, don't be afraid to talk.
And I'd somehow change the corruption in the industry and how people view others generally, because there are people who just hate you naturally.
Yeah.
When you're better than them, they hate you and they just do whatever they can to make sure you don't get to that position. But God has his own way of making things work. So corruption and discrimination in the industry is what had changed so much. Yeah.
Mr. K, if you had power?
If I had power to maybe change one thing or a number of things in the industry, I think one thing I would like really want to change is there's always this discrimination about height, then maybe body size, I think so. So those are some of the major
To be more
things.
inclusive.
Yeah. Yeah, to like, I think that will allow everyone to be able to explore their talents.
All right. As we wind up, you can give a word of advice to your people who look up to you, young models. You can start by talking to 15-year-old Juma.
15-year-old Juma, wherever you are, you still got a journey, a very long journey, because and don't give up, because you can actually make it. For me, my dreams of being Mr. KU started when I was 17 years old. Back then in high school, I didn't even know if I'm going to join KU. So, an advice to you is that whatever you have in mind, you can be. Thank you.
That's one I had asked you to know. The second one was talk to the people who look up to you, the young people out there who look up to you. I'm sure there's plenty. Kuna mafresha wanakuangalia sasa hivi wanasema kai, one day I'll be like Mr. KU.
Or to everyone who is looking up to me, one thing I can tell you is this: I'm not going to disappoint you guys. Yeah, you have a lot in plenty to take away. Yeah.
Nice. Joy, you can start by speaking to not 15, 12. No, 12 is too young. 15 or 12? 12.
Yes.
Talk to 12-year-old Joy.
The 12-year-old Joy out there, I want you to know that the 12-year-old me already knew she wanted to be Miss KU. So you have to believe in yourself, because you're your own boss. You know, there's a Bible verse that says, let no one despise you because you're young or because of your youth. So the 12-year-old, you should push. Sumbua. Tell your parents you want to do this. Let them support you. And do not feel like at one point you want to give up. The point of giving up is stepping up and doing it. Yes.
Wow. Wow. Dear 12-year-old Joy, you've had that. 15-year-old Juma. So where do we get you on social media?
I'm on Instagram as model_Jared, on Facebook as Jared Juma, and on Twitter as Jared Juma too. Yeah.
Joy?
I'm a social media person, so on TikTok, find me at Keep Up Joy. I do a lot of music and dance there. On Instagram at joy_Joanne, but there's some dots between OY and ON. And on Facebook, at Joanne Joy, and on Snapchat at Joy20Love. Yeah, you can get to meet me there if you need help. You can DM me. I do try so much hard to reply, and we can work in various industries aside from modeling, because I'm also a singer and a dancer and a scientist. So, yeah.
Wow. Before we wind up, what are your plans as Mr. KU? I didn't ask you that. What are your plans as Mr. KU for 2023?
My plans as Mr. KU 2022-2023 is just to leave a legacy that no any other Miss has left before. Yeah.
Joy?
My plan as Miss KU 2022-2023 is to inspire. Yeah, and to teach people how to be humble. I want to be remembered as a person who actually touched the deeper heart of someone and made them know that it's not just about what people think about you, but the boss inside you that always tells you, wake up each day and do a certain act of service.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So if people want to join the club, how do they join? Where do they get you?
We'll be rolling out Google Forms. So if anyone is interested in joining the club, there will be those forms on social media. They'll be able to like get them and fill their details, and then yeah.
For free, Joy?
Absolutely.
For now, it's for free, but with future growth of the club, we'd have some registration fee coming along for support of the club. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for tuning in. You look amazing. Looking forward to meeting you, Kwenje, seeing what you guys are doing for the community and your programs, like you said. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Muendelee vivyo hivyo.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. Keep sending in your feedback at KUTV Kenya on Facebook, KUTV_Kenya on Twitter, and at KUTV Kenya on Instagram is where we are. Tutumie feedback. Let us know how you are and how your year has been. Like I asked you how your year has been. Mwaka yako inaendelea aje? Tuongeleshe. Once again, KUTV Kenya Facebook, KUTV Kenya Instagram, KUTV_Kenya on Twitter. I will be coming back with Prince Chuck after this short break.